this afternoon I'm with Daryl, the factory technician for Diamond Sports Marine, and I'll tell you, Daryl, the biggest thing that kills me out here from mechanics such as yourself is if I bring my truck or my boat in and they say, wow, if you just would have brought it in a couple of weeks ago when you had that small problem, it would have been an easy fix, and now you're looking at a major repair. So let's talk about a few things on boats where the boat's giving you some early warning signs that, hey, bring it in now, it's an easy fix, and it'll save you a whole bunch of money down the road. One of the biggest things that happens to all of us is, lo and behold, you hit something and you don't tear up your lower unit, but you notice that the prop shaft's just a little bent or the prop's kind of out of balance. Not a big deal, right? You just keep running it?
No, not at all. I mean, you need to bring it in and check it, especially if you got any visible, damage, such as an ear bent over, a prop shaft bent, or anything leaking out of the gear tanks.
Now obviously it's going to still run. I'm still getting down the lake, but what's that doing to my lower unit?
Yeah, it's going to run for a while, but it's definitely doomed to quit on you.
You get the vibration in there, and it's going to knock out seals.
It's going to knock the seals out. You're going to lose your lube, then you're going to ingest water, and then the water's going to do the damage.
So basically I can come in and get a $3 seal or maybe a few $100 prop shaft replaced, right. Or I can wait and then just $5,000 or $6,000 replace the whole lower unit.
Exactly. It's cheaper to maintain them than repair them.
Yeah. Now one that's pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes we're all getting a bind or just want to ignore, but every motor out there has a check engine light or a warning horn. Good idea, I'm assuming, if I have one of those come up to bring it in?
Yeah, if you've got a light or horn going off, you definitely need to bring it in the service center. And plus even sounds, the motor. You're in the boat every day, if it's the vibrations or it's just not performing like you think it ought to perform. It's a good idea to bring them in. You can save a lot of frustration by just bringing it in.
Yeah, it's pretty simple to bring it in, have you check it out, and I know from my experience, the motors just kind of sound a certain way, and even if another boat goes by, you can just hear when a motor's having problems. A lot easier to have it checked out before it fails on you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now the other thing we run into a lot is you see the guy sitting at the ramp, and boy, it's hard to crank that motor, and not only is it frustrating for any of us who've all been there, it's frustrating to do it, but my understanding is it can also hurt the motor if you keep letting that problem go.
Right. It just runs downhill with the starter. Even you could overheat the starter. You have to replace the starter before you can replace the problem with the hard to start problem.
Tough on your batteries too.
Tough on your batteries, just all the way down the line. The batteries, the wiring, the solenoids, the starter, everything takes a beating.
So basically, if it's not starting, there's an underlying reason that you can fix.
It could just be a normal tune-up.
Right.
You could do a tune-up on it. Spark plugs, fuel filter, you wouldn't wear out your starters.
Yeah. So basically, if it's hard to start, there's a problem, have Daryl come by, fix it, and that'll save you a whole lot of grief down the line and the rest of the components as well.
That's it.
So just a few ounces of prevention can save you a whole bunch of pounds of cure, or in our business, a whole lot of money. So have a few nagging problems with the boat, bring it by, have Daryl or your mechanic take a look at it. It's going to run a whole lot better in the long run.
Yes, it will.